More family members are sleeping with more family members in Genesis chapter 38. At least this one wasn't a family member by blood. It wasn't a direct relative. That's already happened in past chapters that we've read. In this case, a guy named Judah, who's one of Joseph's brothers, Joseph in the colorful coat. It's a whole chapter dedicated to Judah and this girl Tamar. That's her name. He goes and finds Tamar and gets her as a wife. It says he got a wife for his firstborn, that kind of, even though I misspoke, that still makes sense in a way. For his firstborn, named his name is Er. So Judah got a wife for his firstborn, and her name was Tamar. But then, for some reason, it doesn't say why, but God sees as wicked, so he just kills him. And then comes a popular story that people like to bring up, sort of. It's like medium popular. Maybe it's not that popular, but it's known. It's not an unknown story. The next in line, his brother, his name's Onan, is now responsible for Tamar, according to the Bible. He's like, okay, you have to do your brotherly duty and now have a child and I thought it was just raise the child. Raise offspring. Fulfill your brotherly duty and raise offspring. So I made the assumption that those were already born kids. But his task now, according to the Bible, is to knock up Tamar. But he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to do that to his sister-in-law. So I'm not being vulgar here on purpose, but the Bible says that literally, these are the words it uses, that he spilled his semen on the ground to keep from providing offspring for his brother. So he's literally, but he pulls away, it goes all over the ground. And God also thought that was wicked. Mike, what's wrong with me speaking? I just recorded 4 videos, and it's like 30 minutes of recording. It does make your brain tired. He's not wicked. It's not like Pickle Rick. He's wicked. The Lord saw him as wicked, so he puts him to death too. Kills them both. And then Judah's like, okay, I have another son. He says, I have another son, but he's not old enough, so just wait for him to get older. And then apparently he doesn't give him to Tamar when he gets older. So Judah, he leaves. The Bible says he's going to shear sheep, which comes up a weird number of times. Lots of people are shearing sheep. So he's going to another town to shear sheep, and Tamar decides to disguise herself and sit on the road of the path. She runs ahead of him like the Roadrunner and Coyote. She gets ahead of him and sits there waiting for him. And because her face is covered, Judah thinks she's a prostitute, and he wants to have sex with her. And the Bible doesn't really discourage this, and it hasn't in the past. The characters up until this point have pretty much all had concubines. They've all had monogamous. It's not monogamous. They've all had concubines that are dedicated to them. That's kind of what a concubine is. It doesn't go like the other way. Like the man can just sleep with whoever he wants, but the concubine woman is not the wife. That's one thing that defines it. But she is someone who can just be slept with freely, I guess, in exchange for housing. But they're not married, but they have children. Like each person's had children with them. So he goes up to Tamar, who he doesn't know is his daughter-in-law, and he's like, hey, sleep with me. And she goes, what will you give me as a pledge? She starts bargaining with him. She says, give me collateral. And he doesn't even know. And she's the one who suggests it. She goes, give me your staff, give me your cord, and give me your pendant. What is it called? Is it a pendant? Your seal. Give me your seal, give me your cord. And she goes, I like that staff too. Give me that staff. And he goes, okay, I'll do it. Just so we can sleep with, I can sleep with you. And then she gets pregnant. He impregnates his daughter-in-law of his dead sons that God killed. He killed both of them for being wicked and semen spilling, which is apparently also wicked. I did not impregnate her because of gravity. So they were both wicked. She's now pregnant. She comes home, and the first thing Judah says is burn her to death. There's like a rumor going around town, and everyone's like, hey, Judah's back. She's 3 months pregnant, and she's guilty of prostitution. So apparently, it was a law of the land. You couldn't be a prostitute, but God didn't stop it. He didn't care. He did kill 2 people for being wicked. He did not kill her for prostitution. So someone worked that one out for me. Anyway, he says, bring her out and have her burned to death. And then when she comes out, She goes, I am pregnant. She says that people always say things in a roundabout way. She goes, I am pregnant by the man who owns these things. It's like a soap opera. She goes, this seal, this cord, and this staff. And Judah goes, because he realizes now this woman's got his baby and he's the one who put it there. And he also, there's another thing he says. He says, she is more righteous than I, since I wouldn't give my son Shelah. That's the name of the kid that was waiting to grow up so that he could give her the husband. And I don't know how that makes her more righteous. I don't know what he's saying. If anyone can explain that. She is more righteous than I. And he did not sleep with her again. It also says that in the Bible. And then it just ends by saying the pregnancy she had was of twins. So, and some weird things. One baby sticks the arm out as she's in like labor, and a nurse ties a ribbon to it, and then it goes back in, and the other baby comes out. And all she says is, so this is how you have broken out. And it's not explained. She just goes, so this is how you've broken out. And his name was Perez. They always say what it is. It's the first instance of Perez we've seen in the world. I grew up in Texas, so I knew people named Perez. Then his brother, who had the scarlet thread on the wrist, came out, and he was named Zerah, and that's how the chapter ends. There's no, I don't understand why they give the information that they do sometimes. I don't get why this is even a relevant story. We were in the middle of reading about Joseph. Joseph in the ornate coat. It's not colorful. Everyone thinks it's a colorful coat. Apparently the Hebrew word isn't completely clear. This story is just in the middle of Joseph in Egypt with the Pharaoh. And I guess now we know it. We'll see if something happens if we come back to this somehow, or if there's any relevance to it. But that apparently happened thousands of years ago. You're welcome. Now you know.